So hello everyone. Today I am honored to guest amazing Marcus together with me today. So hello Marcus.
Hello.
Because first and foremost, I'm very curious about your history because I know that a lot of people obviously know you as a successful creator and successful marketer and basically the person who knows it all, who gets every way of social media and all of that stuff. But I was wondering how you discovered AR. What was your personal journey? How did you begin to work in all of that stuff? Please tell me more.
Yeah, in fact, thank you for that. I was studying social media at first, and I was studying it at the school in Paris. And I was wondering how could I create something mixing technology and social media in the meantime. And then I started regarding different conferences about AR and how AR could be included directly in social media. And I just found the fact that it could be really interesting to mix both of them. And in the same time, Lens Studio happened for creators, so it was on Snapchat, and then it happened the same few years after that with Spark AR, and I started creation and think about different concepts, mixing strategy and AR things. And I finally found this perfect match between social media and AR. So here I am.
Okay, but did you work somewhere in the agency? Did you have a social media agency of your own? Was it just a start as a basic start or?
In fact, I was a social media strategist freelancer, and I was looking for new challenges regarding technology and how could I mix them together. And this is how I started AR, and I had no 3D backgrounds or no development, etc. background. So I was just the guy who is looking at all the trends and seeking different trends to let them match with brands and challenges. So this is how I started.
And was it hard for you? Because you just mentioned that you didn't have any background with the graphics, with the 3D models and all of that stuff. Was it hard for you as a marketer, just to switch to another different field?
Yeah, you're right. In fact, I started it because I was working with my business partner, which is a creative director, and she has different skills in artistic direction, but 3D also, etc. So it was a good match for us already. But yeah, it was kind of hard at first because all the platforms needed people to get a very good experience in 3D, and if you want to create the real concept that you're thinking, you need to have these skills inside your team. But yeah, we finally found different people to work with, and it's now a complete match with all the people we are working with.
And is there any your favorite part of the creative process of making an AR filter? What do you like the most about it?
I think my favorite one is the real beginning of it. So what can we do to overspread the information on social media? So it depends on which social platform you are, which target you want to reach, etc. So this is my favorite part because I think I'm a social media strategist at first. So this is my real job. And then, of course, the artistic direction and all the concepts are working in the same time. But for me, the first part is pretty the best.
The best one. So you are still social media manager at heart. You didn't change your perception at this point.
Yeah, in fact, I now think with different technologies. So this is kind of different because we are not looking for what kind of social media post should I do or something like this.
Yeah.
But now I can think about it larger and have a global vision about where the experience will take place. And as now I'm also working on different interactive installations for exhibitions or something like this, my whole scope is way larger than before. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but now in 2022.
Yeah, it's exactly. And throughout all of those years, because I remember your beginnings were like, as you said, in the very, very beginning of the AiR. So throughout all of those years, like, what do you think was the point for the AiR that changed it all? Like, what was the biggest step made in the industry, in your opinion?
I think the fact that all the platforms started creating AR softwares to let people like us create different experience, but directly in the pocket of people, this was the main breakpoint because for people like us, when we were thinking about these technologies, we were not thinking um, about it directly because we could not think about how people can use it. They need to download an app, they need to have a specific device or something. But now everything is in your pocket, so you can now directly use it from your social media. And then when I just discovered that, I had the idea about spread it for brands too, and this was a good breakpoint because all brands were thinking about augmenting their brands, or how can we do something with this new technology. And I think for now the most important thing is that everything is linked to their account, so every content they want to post is directly reaching their own audience that they already have. So I think this is the breakpoint.
And like continuing the topic of the brands and the AiR working for it, what is, in your opinion, the main role of AiR in the communication of the brand? What AiR brings to the table for the, for such big companies or small ones like Dior or whatever?
Yeah, I think AR can be really useful for a lot of brands because it can deal with different topics. Of course, it can deal with education, but also entertainment, or I don't know, for music production or something like this. And the most important thing today for brands to do this kind of format, I don't know how can I say it, but yeah, I think the most important thing for them is to be at the moment in the right trend and doing what they want to do with these new tools. So when you are coupling a brand with a creator or with an agency or a studio, you are thinking about what's coming next. And this is a really good and interesting point for us to work with them because it's now the way we can do better things and not linear like it was in the past 10 years on social media.
Exactly. I think it's also like a very innovative and a very cute and cool point that nowadays we can actually invent something that has a value with the AiR while working with brands. Like, for example, your latest collab with Maison Valentino, it's amazing. And it brings something absolutely new that, no one would have thought about the shoes that are literally just walking around you or around the scene. And now it's a part of the campaign and a part of the brand, which is obviously staple. The pink color is a staple one for Valentino. So like it gives so many different possibilities to a brand as to how to interact with the people who are buying or thinking about buying their products.
Yeah, I think which is something crazy is that when you start thinking about something with this AR mindset, you can absolutely go in a lot of directions. And when it's a brand that it's not really friendly with this new technology, it's a bit harder for them to understand how they can manage to connect people with this and how people will use it, etc. But when you are working with these brands who are actually really friendly with these technologies, it's awesome because you can start with an AR idea or an AR concept and all the companies matching around and everything is going so fluid with them. So it's so cool.
Exactly. But I think, like, as you've mentioned, it's way easier to work with the people and with the brands that know how it works already. But how would you say, what would you do if you would, have a client who had never experienced AiR, never saw any effect on Instagram or whatever? For him or for her, it's like something weird. What's happening? Why would I do that? Why would I invest in it? So what would you say to it? Like, why is it really the thing?
I think my marketer side will take this one, but first we need to really know if it's relevant or not, because there's a lot of targets who really don't care about this, or it's really hard to let them involve in this campaign or this kind of AR campaign. The problem is that if the brand wants it absolutely for something, you need in 100% of time or 99% of time when you're a creator, you need to let them know that it's possible, but it's maybe not the most relevant thing that you can do. So for us, we never been in this situation, but I can think about a lot of people who are, I don't know, working with insurance brands or something like this, and let them find how AR can be useful for them. So on my side, I think it's important for the creator to really understand the brand first and let them know if it's something relevant or not. But I think for 90% of the brands, it can be really useful, and we can go on different fields like educations, recruitment, a lot of things like this. And AR is kind of just AR is kind of just a format and not something at an entire concept. So it can be a tool, it can be something that lets you think about, but you are really free to do what you want on it.
And what do you think, like, is there any specific way of how augmented reality will look like in the future, how it will be, used or something? Because as you said, it can be used everywhere, but do you have any vision of how it will actually look like in, for example, another 10 years?
Yeah, so in fact, the problem is that today we are all working on mobile device. So it's really easy for our clients or for us to project our vision. But of course, we are thinking about what's coming next, and also on which device and which OS we are working. So there's a lot of questions, and I think we are really in the early stage of AR, even if it's here for now 10 years or something like this. On my side, we are working a lot on two different possibilities. It's the one on AR glasses, which is something really, really trendy for now, because there's a lot of brands who are currently working on different devices, thinking about Apple, thinking about Meta or Snapchat or something like this. So it's really important for us to think about this device, because all creations and all experience that we are currently releasing will be soon available on this device. So we need to think about this first. And of course, there's another global concept, which is mixed reality, combining augmented reality and virtual reality. And all these fields are really, really important for us to think about, because when we think now about an experience, it's not exactly how we did it like 4 years ago. So we need to think about what's coming next, etc. So it's really important now to think about this new device.
What do you think is the influence of AR on your private life, especially as a person who, sits in it every time, who lives basically with AR together?
I think on my part, because I think there's a lot of different point of view regarding creators and AR. I think for me, it's kind of I would love to use it in my entertain journey, but not age 24, because it's something that I'm currently working on, so I know approximately where it goes, and it's also a huge a problem about private policies, because we have personal data, etc., and it's really important for people to let their live their life. And we are also thinking about a lot of things at the Sun Project, because we are also working on data policies with Meta, and Snapchat, and also other platforms, and it's something that we are really interested about, because for the next generation, there's a lot of problems who are currently flagged with this technology, because when we think about just AR glasses or something like this, you are aware about people that are currently walking in the street, and you can see everything that they are seeing, working, etc. So it's a huge problem, and it's not really a huge problem, but it's a huge question that everybody needs to ask themselves about. But for me, I think AR can be used in a lot of different fields, like video games. I think it can be, of course, the one.
Yes.
But maybe video games mixing mixed reality or something like this. That could be awesome. And maybe also education for children. It can be really useful for this.
I actually agree with this one, because I'm a very huge educational pro guide as to this one, because I think that this is such a, as a sphere, it's the one that is underrated very much, especially in AR, because there are so many possibilities of actually implementing augmented reality to it, especially knowing how fast kids adapt to all of this stuff and how interested they are in this. So I'm like, yes, please, let's do that, because it would be like such a huge bomb out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. And we can see also people who are, there's a lot of school here in France testing different process using AR on, yeah, there's a lot. And we can, so it's not on really young children, but I think there is different program on it, but we can see that there is something that people who are really, sorry for this, I can't forget my words. I just wanted to know, to let you know that there is a lot of schools who are currently running these programs, and we can see different results, because people between 10 and 15 years old are really aware about this technology, and they know how to use it. But when it's younger than this, we can see that the results are not as awesome as they are for these generations. So I think the most important thing for this is to be sure that the topic match with the right education program.
But I think it's always like this. If the product reaches the main targeted audience, then it has the most effective results, and this is it. So basically, Exactly. So I know that now your full focus is obviously all about running a successful agency, the Sun Project, but it wasn't always like that, obviously, as we've already mentioned. So how did you come up with the idea of creating your own stuff, your own business, your own agency that will be based on this marketing, strategies and all of that?
Yeah, in fact, I was on my freelance side. It was 5 years ago, and I was with my business partner Mathiel, and we were working on, as I told you before, different strategy, and it was something really focused on social media and events. And when AR comes up really fast, I think it was in 2018 or something like this. We were really interested by this technology, and we wanted to just change our mindset and stop working with agencies directly, because they had like a past vision of what we can do today on social media. And I think this was the breakpoint for us, because we really want to create something new and to adapt different formats with different technologies. And this was for us the most valuable point. When we started this, we were 2 at the studio. We were just 2 of us, and different people came to us and let us know that they wanted to also run this kind of collective and have a lot of people working in the same field at the same time in the same place. So we decided to create this gathering point with the Sun Project, and now it's a creative studio for 4 years, and it's pretty good.
And how many people do you have now in the office?
We are currently 8 people, and we plan to be around 10 in the next year.
Oh, congratulations, congratulations. That's a huge success, especially when you started it just as you and your partner, and now it's just expanding and the clients are expanding and everything is expanding. So, only good things are coming. But have you met any obstacles on the way?
Sorry, excuse me.
Have you met any troubles on the way?
Oh
Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
tell us
I
more about this
understand why I
one.
couldn't hear it. Yeah, of course, we had a lot because, of course, when we started, we wanted to create a gathering point, so we wanted something physical. So we had a place, a huge place in Paris. So we really wanted somewhere where people can gather and organize different events around AR and social media. But COVID happened, and a lot of trouble happened too.
Yeah.
So we had to let it go and find another solution how to gather people, but with no physical place. So we decided to organize something completely remotely as 100% of people, but we had decided to do it again when COVID will be ending. And so yeah, now we are working here at the studio for now 1 year and a half, and we want to drive the same mindset that we had before. So we are currently working on it, and so this was the first trouble that we had because it was very annoying.
Because basically your whole idea was about meeting people in one place, and with all of that stuff, it just got through it.
Yeah, at first it was not a creative agency. It was really a place where creative people can gather. And now it became a creative agency and a creative studio. But yeah, this was the first one. And then, of course, I think like all entrepreneurs, we had different troubles, like how we can start a business, how can we recruit people, how can we meet different creators, etc. So I think this is the current questions that we are all asking about, but
yeah, I think these questions will not go away even when you will have like more than 1,000 people in your studios. Still, there will be the same questions because it's just a mundane one. But yeah, the biggest one, I think the biggest problem was about basically the whole concept of the place. But I mean, you got out of it with the good one, so. The solution was a good one. The solution was a good one. And I mean, you have so many different clients, like, Paco Rabanne, Universal Studios, Maison Valentino, all of them well known, all of them successful, all of them amazing. You also, as a one individual, are a Spark AR partner, Meta Spark partner. So we have, all of the access to the features that we have no idea about and all of that stuff. So with all of the possibilities that are somewhere around you, is there any like dream project on your mind that you would love to, to create, to collab with someone? What is it?
Oh, yeah, of course. We all have them. In fact, when I started, I was really focused on luxury brands, and I think we reached them directly to let them know that we are working on this technology. So now we are, I can say that we had 50% of my dream brands.
Okay.
But of course, as you may know me, I have a lot of different brands that I really enjoy, like I don't know, I would love to do something with Pokemon maybe, or maybe Disney project. That could be great.
That would be amazing.
Maybe it will happen sometimes, or I don't know.
Come on, manifestation, affirmation, all of that stuff. We're all about it. So, obviously you will create something. But I totally see you with the Pokemon and Disney, like 400%.
Yeah, actually, the Pokemon brand already reached us one time, and we were about to do something with them, but it didn't happen. But that's my personal point of view. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people here at the studio who really wants to work with brands and with their favorite brands. So let's see what can happen.
Exactly. And obviously, like both of us cannot just skip the topic of the metaverse that is trending, that is everywhere right now. And I'm genuinely interested in your vision of how it will look like, what will be happening there, what our roles will be there. Like, can you present your vision?
Yeah, on my side, I think the metaverse is something that is just a word that's that represents a lot of things, and this word exists for now 15 years. So I think it's not something really new. But I think the metaverse can be two things on my point of view. It can be somewhere where people can gather and hang out or something like this, but I cannot really see how people can work directly in the metaverse, to be honest. And I don't really think about uh, what can be the next place to work in the metaverse. To be honest, I really don't understand how
Mhm.
people can wear a headset or something like this for a long time. So that's my first point. But this is why I was telling you that I think the metaverse exists for now 15 years. It's because it happens also on different device, like I don't know, on your PlayStation or on
Mhm.
your Nintendo Switch or something like this.
Yeah.
And for me, today, one of the most impressive metaverse is something like Fortnite or Epic Games.
Yeah.
They are running this business with so much efficacy. So everybody is inside their metaverse and they don't know about this. But I think the gaming field is the most impacted by this trend, and I think in the next 10 or 15 years it will be something that we will not mention like metaverse. It will be everywhere, and we will all working with these new tools. So on my side, it's not something really impressive. I think it's just a word that we put on
Yeah,
some
because a
place.
lot of people, a lot of people think that we will be not we will be replaced with it, obviously, but that we will have our lives there, basically, and that all of our lives will be there. But for me, also, I've talked a lot about this in other interviews. For me, it's a little bit weird and different because I would rather not do that. Like for me, real life is still a real life. Everything that's happening in the digital world, in the virtual world, can be just an additional part, obviously, but still I do not see myself, replacing just myself with all of that stuff. So I totally agree with you. I
Yeah, I
totally.
think it will be everywhere, and we will not think about this when it will be on your device, on your mobile device, on your laptop, on your TV, on your headset. I think it will be everywhere, so we will not notice about this, you know.
I do. I
You
do.
will,
I
you
totally
will
do.
not be replaced, don't worry.
Thank you very much. How the possibility of meeting other creators in real life generally impacts you as a part of a community, as a creator, as a marketer, as a person who leads the company based on AR? How do how did it change you in this couple of months, for example?
To be honest, it's really changed my life because when I just came in this AR game, I was really alone in this community because I didn't know some people. I had no friends around me who are working in the same field, so I was very aware about what happened there. And when I just started to be on AR community on Facebook or on Reddit or on GitHub, there's a lot of people working on these technologies. So I started hanging out with them, and they really teach me a lot of things. So I tried to also teach them a lot of things regarding social media strategy and concept strategy, etc. But the real tech parts I hadn't. They were really useful for me, and I can only thank them a lot because I really started from scratch regarding AR, and now with them and with all the clients and all the projects that we made, I can say that I'm currently kind of an expert in AR. And but this was like 6 years ago maybe, and it was something crazy that's still go
Mhm.
on. And this is why we met there, because we were all here like different people kind of doesn't know each other for real, and we were like, oh my god, it's you, we talk a lot like 4 years ago now. So yeah, it's something crazy, and yeah, our community is really strong, and there's a lot of people who are kind of the same, because they are pillars, and they are also all people, and always new people coming to the community. So this is an awesome community.
And what do you think, like, what kind of value all of the real life events bring to the table when it comes to community, like actually meeting up?
Yeah, to meet them in real life it's always crazy, because you are all speaking the same language, even if somebody comes from Brazil, the other one from Russia, the other one from UK. When everybody's coming from all these different countries, we are all working on the same softwares, working with kind of the same clients, etc. So there is no concurrence. There is only helpful people, and these events are always crazy, because we are all working, all talking about different work things till 2-3 a.m. So.
And still everyone has a lot of fun, first of all.
Yeah.
And secondly, as you mentioned, no one, which is kind of weird, let's be honest, no one expects some sort of concurrency. Like, no one thinks about this as a hostile situation. He can steal my client, she can make it better, something like this. No, everyone are like, okay, let me help you, let me get it done for you.
Yeah, and the most impressive thing is, generally in this kind of in real life events, we are all working on our projects when we have 1 hour and 1 hour on the other side. But there is always somebody who's looking at, oh, let's do it like this. It's something crazy. You will see it will be easier for you. So projects are working for everyone, and it's pretty good.
It's amazing. It's honestly like I've never met another community that is so connected and so inspired by each other and motivated by all of the stuff they're doing, that they're actually like, I will be there for you. I have no idea who you are, but you're my family. And this is like,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. You're right. That's a really how can I say? Yeah, connected group. And I think that what is really important too is because when we are an independent or a creative studio or something like this, you have a lot of people or brands or agencies who comes to you and show you something like, okay, I want this, and they show you an AR filter or an AR experience. And in 95% of the case, we know the creator personally. And which is crazy, because there's a lot of agencies who don't care about this. But for us, when we are in the AR community, when you know the creator, you directly drive the client to them and let them know, okay, please do it, it's yours. So
exactly.
There's no this concurrence, as you mentioned.
Exactly, but it's amazing, and it's so weird, as you said. Like, literally not a lot of agencies actually care about this one, but it's such a personal approach, because you care about those people. So you're like, okay, as you said, you can do it. I will even connect you with this brand, let's say.
It's our friends.
Exactly. It's amazing, honestly, loving the community all the way through. And like, I have the last question, because together with this interview, obviously there will be your personal virtual space, and there will be a concept about this, the idea, and I have no idea what's going to be about. Do you have any any tips, any secrets for us, just like as a preview to what's going to happen in the gallery?
Yeah, in fact, it will be a good representation of what's in the head of the Sun project, and how everything is going on there, and how ideas are coming up, and how projects are released. And it's a hidden place. I don't know where is it, to be honest, but it happens somewhere.
Okay, so literally we're gonna step into your brain, your agency's brain.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God, so excited, so excited. So I'm extremely excited about this one. I'm incredibly thankful for this interview, for this talk. I had a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Marcus, for being our guest. And thank you everyone who watched us, who listened to us, obviously. Stay tuned for more and go and watch the experience that Marcus made. I'm sure it's mind-blowing. Thank you.
Thank you.